Hey! Oh my god!
Hey everyone! Welcome to Lobster Magnet Review, the channel, the review. I'm kind of furious, but we just had a Togashi Hunter x Hunter moment. We just spent like the last 40 minutes talking passionately, in depth, having the most engaging, fun, enthusiastic conversation about Hunter x Hunter and why it's our favorite manga. But Greg didn't record it!
I accidentally double-clicked the record button, so we only recorded like half a second.
Now, right?
Yes, we are recording now. It says there's a stop recording button right now, and it doesn't say a start recording button. So,
oh my god! Ugh.
Holy crap!
We were trying to lessen our reviews a little bit to be a little bit more concise, but like
this is important.
We love Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter's back. In fact, yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
Yes, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, run back and forth.
Unleash your Nen Beast,
Yeah,
Isaac.
unleash your Nen Beast.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter. I probably look like a complete sweaty dweeb, but you know that is how passionate we are for Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. So Hunter x Hunter, as I was telling Greg in our better recording, well, this is going to be awesome too. This is kind of like Hunter x Hunter because Hunter x Hunter doesn't really have, you know, story arcs that build off of each other as much as it has interesting tangents and digressions. And Togashi is a genius. Oda is a genius where he's like sort of like Nizuma Edgy from Bakuman, where he just like probably comes off as like dumb or borderline autistic if you met him in real life. I don't know. That's just my gut tells me that. Mm-hmm. But like, you know, he just absorbs everything and he turns it into his work of One Piece and turns it into the ultimate shonen adventure story. Yes. He just eats everything and feeds upon it, and that's why Oda's great. Togashi is probably a bit more intellectually astute, not as strong of an artist as Oda, but what he likes to do is every interesting philosophical thing that he studies, every single little economic thing that he consumes, he turns that into his manga, whether it's needed or not. Most of the time it's not, but it's super fucking interesting. Everything in Hunter x Hunter is the most fucking interesting thing you will ever read in a shonen manga. And it's hard. It's hard. Hunter x Hunter is like a fine Chianti, and it's a wine of the shonen manga world. It's like, oh my god, taste. Oh my god. Harrison is, you know, very interesting on political climates. And, new character designs. Oh my god. Oh, Hisoka's back.
Learning the intricacies of Crollo's powers.
Oh my god.
And the economic, you know, and the
power structure of this fictional Saudi kingdom. This is how the wives work, and this is the structure for their bodyguards. This is very fascinating. This is so good. And for the long time, Hunter x Hunter was only for like the super dweebs, the super shonen manga people, like me and Gorogregoro. But now because of the 2011 anime, there are much more Hunter x Hunter fans, and now there are more people where it's like it's a meme that like Hunter x Hunter has the hiatus chart, and you know it's Hiatus X Hiatus. Now I told this Greg in the previous video. Greg, you want to know why Hunter x Hunter is called Hunter x Hunter?
Well, I know the answer now, but basically,
explain it to the people.
Gon is. You know how there's like different hunters in Hunter x Hunter? There's treasure hunters, there's beast hunters, cooking
hunters, virus hunters,
maybe even video game hunters, probably. But what Gon is essentially trying to do, he's trying to be a hunter. He's trying to hunt other hunters. One in particular, which is his father.
Specifically, he's trying to hunt his father. That's his like main goal of the series. That's the overarching goal, to become the best hunter so he can hunt his father and be a hunter who hunts hunters, and he's the hunter, which is really simplistic and kind of dumb, but like makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does.
It does. So I was reading something to Greg, which I think best encapsulates Togashi, because Togashi is like a master mangaka, and he's also like wed to like the person who created Sailor Moon, and you know he's a golden boy. That's why he gets
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. He gets to go stup Sailor Moon when he's like, you know, has his health hiatuses.
I mean, yeah. There's like two really talented people, you know, getting married and stuff. It sounds pretty awesome. Probably enhance their artwork a lot too. And
you know, it'd be really awesome if like the Sailor Moon person drew like one of his stories, and he drew, drew one of her stories.
Wow, that'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be fucking amazing. I would love to see that. So anyway, this is what he said at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho. In the last volume. It's sort of his apology letter. And, like, in many ways, it makes me, like, sort of understand him on a deeper level and kind of see what, like, he brings to the character of Gon's father, Ging Freeze, who we've learned a lot more about. It saddens me to say this, but I have explored every possible direction for the Yu Yu Hakusho characters that I could in the context of a professional publication. All I could do at this point was to start deconstructing the characters or go on repeating the same storylines over and over until the readers got bored. My attempts to deconstruct the characters were, of course, turned down by Jump. I didn't have the strength physically and mentally to keep doing the same thing over and over. So I went ahead and did what I had always wanted to do. If I ever manage to have a long serialization Jump, I will end it on my own terms. I knew that Jump dropped the manga after 10 weeks if the reader survey proved to be unpopular, and I knew this when I started working for them. This system proved encouraging for me, and I learned a lot by being aware of readers' reactions, but I ended up wanting to draw a manga for myself, without thinking about anyone's reactions. I don't believe that anything I came up with on this premise will live up to Jump's standards, so I will not try. In conclusion, I ended Yu Yu Hakusho because of my own selfishness. I'm sorry.
And it's something that Ging Freaks himself would write to Shonen Jumps.
It's 100% something Ging Freaks would say. That's like Ging Freaks in a light shell. Like, I will do something as long as it's interesting, but as soon as I complete it or it fails to be interesting, I will drop it like a sack of dead bricks and move on to something else. Having a kid, not interesting to me. The kid can go find me if he's worthwhile. If not, fuck him. I'm unattached to anything except for my pursuit of knowledge and what I find interesting. And, that's all I care about. And I'm super powerful and rich and wealthy because of it.
Man. I fucking love the author of Hunter x Hunter. Just like, everything he does. It's so hard to articulate why I love Hunter x Hunter. Well, it's just like one of the most difficult things.
I did it before, and I'll do it again, because like Hunter x Hunter is one of the most difficult series to sell anyone on, because I hate the first arc. I think it's the most basic shonen arc. I fucking hate the Hunter exam. And
right, it starts off as the most basic bitch thing, where it's like, okay, you expect this to be this like up-and-coming story of a boy who, becomes a man and like learns to stick to his morality and fights injustice wherever he sees it, but everything, like, as the story progresses, everything becomes so, like, convoluted and gray for, like, everything that happens in the story. There's so many different interesting directions that happen, and you don't know what's what and who's who anymore. And, Gon is still, like, a struggling shonen character who's, like, trying to go through this, like, almost, super fantastical, realistic interpretation of, this universe.
Well, that's what a lot of people have argued, that Hunter x Hunter is a deconstruction. Yes. I don't think it's a deconstruction. I think it's a very basic shonen storytelling, but I think, like, it's a world that's painted in gray shades. It's a world that has lots of, like, the less savory aspects of our world directly into it. Like, that whole thing about the rose bomb, or like, God, I love that scene. Like, in any other manga, it wouldn't have been earned. That scene where, like, Netero says, like, you will never match the malice of humans.
Yes.
And over the course of the arc, we saw the fucked up NGL place where they have this, like, slave economy filled with, like, drug dealers. We learn about Gyro. We see all this fucked up genocide crap. And it feels like completely earned for him to say that, like, and then they explain the logic of the rose bomb, how it's like this, like, fucking nuclear bomb that, like, spins out and has a disease, and then it just infects more people with the disease, and it just keeps on perpetuating, spiraling out of death.
And it's this fucking most destructive man-made weapon, when this whole fight was, like, centered around Nen powers from the very beginning, and he just whips out this random ass, like, devastating chemical weapon, like, out of the fucking blue, just to kill the super Ant King.
And then the Ant King comes back, and he's more powerful than ever, but it doesn't matter. We don't get a climactic fight with the Ant King, because he just dies with the one person he's learned to love. The one disabled girl who taught him what it means to be human.
Yes, and that storyline was so beautiful.
It was so beautiful. It was so fucking good.
Oh,
it was so beautiful, and it's like such a fuck you because like normally you'd be like, oh, I want to see Gon fight the super bad guy because like he looks like Cell and he's like the strongest guy ever. So Gon has to beat him with his.
Gon had nothing to do with that fight. Nothing to do with it. He was on his own. Like, he wanted to save what's his name? Kaito or whatever, and he almost like on the verge of like just wanting to get exact revenge and like not like try and save him, not trying to get that creature to turn him back to what he was.
Yeah. So and of course Pito tells him the horrible truth that like the world doesn't work like that. So, sorry, fucking Gon. And then of course Gon breaks.
Yeah, and it's just like
it's a good scene.
It goes against such fucking like so many conventions of like how manga stories are told.
How typical shonen stories go. And Togashi like takes the most insignificant details, and it's funny. Like the Shonen Jump, he like does whatever he wants. Like we get introduced most recently to this like guy who's like American Psycho. He like takes women off the streets, has sex with them, and then washes the blood off while complaining that they're dumb
has sex and
sluts.
Kill them
and kills them. And
this is in a shonen series.
Yeah, it's a shonen series, and he's like washing his blood off. He's like, "Oh, these stupid bitches! All they wanted was sex. They did. Why couldn't they talk about philosophy and art and the global economics of the Kaken Kingdom and just all this like bullshit that Takashi makes up to just show that this guy is an erudite. He's a psycho killer and he's an awful person, but he's still erudite and educated.
And he'll like thoroughly go through so many details about certain characters and like their motivations that he just like he really gives like everything that he touches a lot of fluff to it, and like a good fluff. It's really good and interesting fluff.
Really interesting fluff that like doesn't really so much develop the world as much as like takes real world things and kind of gives it a sense of gravity to the Hunter x Hunter world of adventure that like wouldn't exist otherwise. Yes. And like I told you this in the previous video, and I'll try and recapture the magic. But like on the surface level, it doesn't make any sense. Hey man, you got to read this manga. So it's about this kid with a fishing pole, and he wants to take this like exam to become like the best hunter, and he's like friendly with like this other kid, and then he's friendly with this guy who's kind of a loser who hangs out with kids, and then this other kid who's like super anal and just wears this stupid thing, and then they got to go on a play date for like the little kid with the silver hair, so they got to go go to his house and like go see his family. It's like, hey, we want to hang out. But the family's like, no, we're not going to let you hang out. So then but he eventually does hang out, and then they go to a tournament to get stronger and make money, and then they get this like Nen system. Then they go into like an auction where there's like the mafia, and then like the little silver, the blonde haired kid like becomes like a mafia bodyguard, and he's like really into like protecting this blue haired girl, and he's like super about that. But he's also like trying to fight like the guys who are fighting the mafia, and then it all ends when there's a hostage exchange where he learns to give up revenge for the sake of his friends, and nobody fights anyone. And then they go to like the little Don kid with the fishing pole. He doesn't use the fishing pole, but he used to. And he goes to like a video game island where he plays a massively MMO arcade MMO card game inside a game console, and he's like playing it all the time. And he does that. And then he does that, and then he like fights these like ants that turn people into furries. And then after that, there's an election arc, and it's like the coolest shit. They're like having an election. It's like super cool because they're like trying to cast ballots and shit. And there's also this girl who has like ring powers to like crush people for making wishes. It's awesome.
Yeah,
that's basically everything
that sums it up pretty much. And unfortunately, we talked all about this like in the first attempt at recording this, but I failed miserably at
we're trying to give you
the record button
of like all of our interesting discussion about why we love Hunter x Hunter, and like, but it's so fucking good. It's so good to have it back. And so Greg, what do you think of Kurapica's new index finger power?
Okay, I think Kurapica is a little bit overpowered. I would like to overview all of Kurapica's powers with her chains. I feel like It is.
It's Chains. Although who knows? Hunter
Sorry.
maybe it is a woman all the time. We don't know.
I keep on, because in the original anime, he looked like a girl, and sorry.
He's still kind of he's a very effeminate boy. I'm sure that there are many people who could see Kurapica and it doesn't help that he's got now he's got the mafia suit, so it's very masculine. But before he had that thing over him, so there could be boobs under there. You don't know. Yeah, nobody knows.
I mean, the hair too, I guess. But
yeah, he's a super androgynous character.
Yeah, but anyway,
although I do say that I do love him, and I think he looks really badass in his mafia suits.
He does. I like the suit outfits. I think it's very appropriate for Kurapica's character. Anyway, Kurapica.
Okay. So
Kurapica has these special enhanced powers towards spiders, but I feel like Kurapica should have a little less power when dealing with other people. When dealing with other ships, Kurapica would have to rely on other means in order to fight people besides just the Nen chains conjuration stuff. Maybe you could fight with the chains themselves, and you can physically harm people with chains, but the powers associated with them shouldn't be as strong when you deal with the spiders.
I have all of the chains right here. You want me to go through them all?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there's guiding ring finger chain, and that's the dowsing chain. Shaped like a ball and chain, Kurapica uses this frequently under normal circumstances for defensive and offensive purposes. It's like the ball he waves around and hits shit with. It has a small ball-like weight at the end, and it moves in the direction of whatever he's dowsing for. It's useful for investigative activities like determining the location of missing individuals, identifying if someone's lying. If this ability is used on a group, it works better if the person in question will reply one at a time. So that's his basic chain that he can use, and it's on his guiding ringer thing.
Okay.
The dowsing. So then there's chain jail, shaped like a hook. It wraps around spiders and restricts their movement. It forcibly causes the person to enter Zetsu, shutting off their aura and preventing use of Nen abilities. It is the only possible to escape from the chain jail through brute force. Kurapica imposed a limitation onto this chain, so it can only be used to deal with members of the Phantom Troop. So if this condition is violated, Kurapica will die. So that's one of his big powers that he can't use on anyone else except for the the fucking spiders.
Okay.
Then there's the Holy Chain. Oh, all right. So let's. Then there's the Holy Chain, shaped like a cross. It cures wounds by drawing out enhancement abilities. While Kurapica is in this special state, he can heal. All right. So this is another thing. Kurapica is normally a conjurer, but when he uses the Scarlet Eyes. He gets Emperor time, and he changes becomes a specialist. And his ability allows him to utilize all types of Nen to 100% of their efficiency for a conjurer. So they basically gives him full use of other Nen abilities. So that's how he's able to use Holy Chain, which is an enhancer ability, which he shouldn't normally be able to use. It is shaped like a cross. It cures wounds by drawing on enhancement abilities. It heals serious injuries, such as a fractured arm, within seconds. That's pretty overpowered, but that's his Emperor time.
Right.
Judgment Chain is.
It looks like he's using Emperor time when he's extracting the Nen powers from other people with that new thing from this chapter.
Well, the robot thing says Emperor time activated duration. He's turn it off. He treats it like Siri, which I kind of love.
Yeah, that's pretty funny actually. The whole Siri relationship with that.
So the Judgment Chain is his most powerful. It's the stake of retribution. It's a blade at the end of the chain, enters the victim's body, and wraps around the heart. Kurapica sets 2 conditions, and if the victim violates either one, the chain crushes their heart, killing them. It can only be used while Kurapica's eyes are scarlet. Kurapica himself has a blade wrapped around his heart, which he used to set the limitation of the chain availability. So it's only in spiders.
Okay.
So I guess he can use the healing. He doesn't need spiders for that, but for the Judgment Chain and the Judgment Suppression, he needs that. And his index finger is Chain Steel, which is shaped like a syringe. Upon piercing the body, the target of the drains their aura, and it basically lets their ability.
Okay. This is okay. I'm glad I know that now. I wonder if they've gone through all his fingers though. Yeah.
I think that's 5 abilities, man. We just went through all 5.
Okay, that's good. So maybe we should talk about what happened this chapter.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So basically, this chapter, shit's hitting the fan. Nen abilities. One of the Nen beasts basically possessed one of the bodyguards, and he murdered all the other bodyguards with a great little
only
bit of
one other. Okay, he murdered the 2 bodyguards that were under questioning. That could have been traitors. Well, technically, they sort of are traitors, but they're working for the other princes, and then they murdered another neutral bodyguard or another good bodyguard. So at this point, after this point, and after they subdued him, there's only 2 bodyguards left for Prince Wobble.
Yeah, that's true.
And Kurapica took the one who went crazy's.
He took his Nen ability.
Yes. And he can only use that once now. Kurapica can use his Nen ability once. And the Nen ability happens to be an ability where he can shoot a small ball of energy to control and manipulate an animal that's
a small animal.
That's the size of a mouse or a hamster to, use that as a spy. You can see, when I'm talking about this, it's there's so many little articulate little details about the story that could be important later on that are probably going to come into play.
Oh yeah. It was a lot of detail for a very specific power. It was don't use insects; they get preyed upon. I can only do anything from a rule and a hamster. Once you're done, you lose it. You lose the ability.
Yes.
And if you fired it and you miss, you don't get a second chance. You're fucked. You lose it and you have to get something else.
Yes.
It's really interesting.
Cool.
It's a cool ability, and it's really interesting because we know Crollo. That's one thing I love about this arc. We went through this before in the last video. There's 5 fucking storylines going on right now.
Yeah.
It's a huge clusterfuck. The spiders are going to be there, so there's a very good chance that we'll see Crollo, Lucifer, encounter Kurapica now. And Kurapica has a stealing ability that's not quite as good as Crollo's bandit book. But there's no way we can't see them face off at least maybe once more.
Maybe the spiders will keep their presence hidden. Well, right now, he's so focused on hunting down the princes, that one prince. I feel like he might even not even notice that the spiders are on board.
He probably doesn't know yet, but the spiders are not very subtle in stealing. They're just we're really cool. We got a cool ability, so we're just gonna murder our shit and take it.
Yeah. I mean, there was that one scene where they murdered all the mafia members of that room just to steal some kind of, I forget what they were stealing.
Just auction shit.
Yeah, they were stealing a lot of valuable artifacts and auction stuff.
And yeah, they're gonna make a noise. They'll be subtle maybe to get in, but they're gonna make noise. Kurapica's gonna learn, and that's just one storyline. Then we've got who knows? We may get a 2-on-3 fight where Hisoka and Kurapica and Crollo Lucifer is facing both of them.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I guess the question would be when you think they'll make their appearance.
Who the fuck knows? Next week.
It's so hard to predict anything in Hunter x Hunter.
I have no idea. We've got we've got Beyond Netero, we've got the whole thing with him, we've got Ging's party, we've got Pariston's party. We don't know where they are.
Path to revenge on the prince. The whole prince death tournament of Succession.
And you want to know something interesting? I was going back to the previous chapter, and that giant mouse monster that we see one of the princes have?
Yes.
That's in the previous chapter, marching through the fucking the door.
I had to read some of the previous chapters in order to read this one. This is I had to thoroughly analyze 2 previous chapters in order to fully appreciate this chapter. Because I know with Hunter x Hunter they're gonna talk about some crazy tangent that happened, in one of the previous chapters. And you have to sort of take it as it is and maybe hold that information for a little bit and say, okay, there's going to be a possible payoff. And it doesn't have to be a payoff now or ever, but it could be. later on in the series, or even immediately right after. You know, you just never know with Hunter x Hunter. It just breaks so many conventions. That's why it's so good. That's why it's so interesting and amazing.
That's why we fucking love it. That's why we love Hunter x Hunter, and it's like the, you know, best boy shonen series. And like, you know, and the funniest thing is, like, in a lesser manga, God, one day we're gonna do like the manga death cast, where we read a manga that failed. And there's this manga I want you to read. I told you about it before, called U19. And like, you know, it's the most uninteresting, boring, basic bitch storyline you could ever ask for. And like, you know, you could barely make that interesting. Well, Hunter x Hunter has like 4 or 5 storylines. They could all be their own manga. They're all just as engaging.
It's true. All interwoven so like beautifully at the same time.
It's super interesting. I'm super engaged in this, like, fucking, you know, I want to see more of Paris done. I want to know what his deal is.
We even ranted about this same thing twice in a row for this long. Like, this is how much we love Hunter x Hunter. It's so good. I highly recommend Hunter x Hunter to anybody who hasn't, you know, seen it or heard of it yet.
You know what the funniest thing is? Like, they could, like, not even get to the Dark Continent, and I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Just like the way he writes the story, though, it's fantastic. It's so hard for him to ever go wrong with anything he does. I have like 100% faith that this guy is gonna make a fantastic story with Hunter x Hunter.
Well, it's going to be amazing. There's like so much fucking great story threads right now. Even just hearing Kurapica like try and make the rules with, like, the dumb bodyguards, and like, you know, hearing all, you know, how fucked he is in the sense that, like, most of them have never heard of Nen, or they're lying, and then Kurapica like forces way. I love that Kurapica just like pulls out a gun and it's like, let's get right to that nano business. Kurapica does not fuck around.
Yes, exactly. And each character handles like problems like very differently. Like, imagine like Gon or Killua in this kind of situation. Like, well, actually, that'd be they probably try and like handle it with between themselves and like secretly team up together just to secretly get a handle on things. I don't know. Man, makes me think and wonder, like, how would they handle like each situation and their.
I think Gon would just, like, take it in stride, wouldn't learn about the Nen abilities. He wouldn't question the bodyguards. He's like, you're good people, right? Yeah, I'm going to protect the king because I'm really strong and I'm the best. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, my God, your baby is so cute. I like babies, and I'm good with beasts because I was good with beasts on the island, like my father. Yeah. And Killua would probably, like, start panicking and get really nervous about all the situations, although, I don't know.
Yeah, he would. Well... Maybe not anymore because he got that needle taken out of his head.
Yeah, that was a big element, but he's still like very over analytical, and he's still like, you know, he might go the distance, but he's still you know, kind of fearful and like a little bit much more cautious than Gon.
Yeah.
Gon, like, you know, Killua has like the dignity of like, you know, I don't want to lose a fight, while Gon doesn't care if he loses a fight. Mm-hmm. You know, that's best exemplified in like Gon's fight with like the closest thing we have to a forgettable villain in Hunter x Hunter, the bomber guy who looks like Freddy from Scooby-Doo.
The bomber guy? I still remember the bomber guy, that was such a great sequence.
It was a good fight scene. I like it where he's like, choose one, your left arm or your right arm.
Yeah.
And then Gon gets like both of his arms fucking blown off just for the sake of like being able to win that one fight.
We got one arm blown off completely. He diverted some of his nen to his foot just so he could attack him simultaneously while the guy was like trying to blow him up.
Yeah.
That was a good shonen moment, actually. I really enjoyed that battle. Like, sometimes there's like really classical shonen elements in this manga, and it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't always have to be a classic shonen story, but it's okay. It's okay. This is like a manga where anything can happen. Almost anything.
Yeah, it's got very loose rules. You know, there's not really, it doesn't really feel like, you know, the arcs are building upon each other, like the Soul Society built into the Hueco Mundo, or the Chunin exams built into the
where people feel like they have to like repeat the same storylines like over and over in order to have a successful manga.
Yeah, or introduce a new, stronger bad guy.
As long as like you sort of stick to the rules that you had before, you know, in the world, and you know, come up with an interesting storyline. It doesn't have to be strictly the same or similar. It's just like you have something interesting, and people like that.
Yeah, that's why Hunter x Hunter is like the fine wine, and you know the Hunter x Hunter fandom's definitely helped with like the 2011 series. Oh, I would love to see like this shit get animated, but there's not enough material to like really like.
Not yet.
No.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine just reading the manga right now. I don't know how I feel about seeing all this animated quite yet, but. I mean,
come on! Don't tell me you wouldn't want to see the Chrollo Lucifer versus Hisoka fight animated.
Okay, yes, I would. I would like to see that. That would be.
That was like fan service of the highest accord, and it pretty much delivered everything you wanted from that fight.
This series is amazing. I think I'm always gonna give Hunter x Hunter a 10 out of 10. You know, if I'm being honest, I think this chapter is a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm just so glad it's back.
I'm glad it's back. I'm not that judicious though. I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. It's definitely a setting the board, moving things along.
An 8 out of 10, Isaac?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because like I feel like, you know, there's so many interesting things I want to see. And we didn't really get to see any of them. We just got to see Kurapica lay down business and like learn about one of his new abilities, or an ability he had. That
what interesting thing would you like to see?
I want to learn more about the princes. I want to see what Nembeasts they have. I want to learn more about their dynamics. I'm really interested about all the politics, and I want to see the Psycho Prince again.
I think we'll eventually. We'll see that. We saw a little bit of a hint of the princes, like towards the end of the chapter. One of the princes is like, I want to get out of the succession war.
Ceremony, and he's got like his fucking ape monster behind him.
His Nen beast, his Nen parasite beast. Where none of the princes know that they have these beasts, but the beasts help the princes fight this succession war in like a proxy. Like in a, by proxy, without them even like being conscious or aware of it. So, I think none of the princes actually have any control over like how the succession war is going to play out. And by normal rules, they can't consciously. I mean, they can't actively assassinate each of the other princes because of their laws and whatever. But through these Nen parasite beasts, they can. The Nen parasite beasts will do it for them.
God, you remember when we saw the Nen parasite beast of like the king of Kaken?
Yeah, how it looked like this weird.
It was like such a weird,
monster.
Fucked up. It was a weird breast monster with like a giant vagina mouth, and it was like the creepiest fucking thing. And I was like, I still can't believe that.
This is in a shonen manga,
but it was in a shonen manga. Why the fuck are you letting Takashi do this? What the fuck are you doing? Oh my god, how does any of this make sense? How are you getting away with this?
Man. This series deserves all the praise and so much more. It's just like so hard to articulate how much praise it deserves.
Well, it should be a clusterfuck. It should not work as well as it does, but it does because each element is super interesting. Even shit like the stupid octopus versus wolfin is made interesting, even though I couldn't care about either of them.
The octopus versus wolf.
You remember back in the Chimera Ant arc where they had like a scene where the octopus is trying to
yeah. Oh my god, I remember that. That was such a memorable scene. I love that. There's like two characters, like two like side characters that are fighting off against each other in like a desperate battle, and we learn more about their backstories at the same time, and
we learn about Wolfin's ambition.
We learn about Gyro and Wolf's association with Gyro. Gyro, the super hype villain that nobody in Hunter x Hunter is gonna see coming, but it was mentioned briefly during the Chimera Ant arc, And he was, abused by his drunk father a lot of the time. And he's supposedly the most evil character in the whole series. But he's just got so much hype all
for
over
this guy that we might ever see because he's fucking Gyro.
Yes. He's the antithesis of Gon, I think. Is what's gonna happen.
So Greg, would you be happy if like Gyro comes in and he like just kills everyone? He kills all the princes. He kills the Phantom Trope. He kills Hisoka.
He
and
just
he's
like completely destroys the whole story. It's just like, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm Gyro. I was mentioned briefly. I was mentioned briefly in the Chimera Ant arc, and I'm here to destroy everyone, to kill everyone in the ship. This is now, you have to fight for your own survival. This isn't a succession war tournament bullshit. This isn't exploring the world. I'm just here to kill everyone and, plain and simple. And I'm going to reap the rewards of the Dark Continent. I don't fucking know why Gyro would do that. Well, he probably maybe would want more power from the Dark Continent, like the Chimera Ants were from the Dark Continent, right? The Chimera Ants, they were like a...
Oh, yeah. They did say that they're a species that came from the Dark Continent.
Yeah. And so there's things way more powerful than the Chimera Ants in the Dark Continent that they mentioned.
Well, we got a little taste of the Dark Continent. It was basically like Toriko, Extreme Land.
Calamities.
The 7 calamities, all these weird animals. There was like this flashback where they talked about how like the ancient ancestor, Netero and like the ancient ancestor of the Zoldyck family went to there once, and it was like so extreme that they got the fuck out of there.
Yes. Man, I love this story so much. I love it. Honestly, one of my favorite series.
I want to see like the really strong guy who like wrestles a bear. I want to see him versus like the Psycho Killer Prince. I like the Psycho Killer Prince. Yes. I want him to be like a really smart, really devious bad guy. I'm like so excited to see what the fuck he can do.
What if like the storylines are so intertangled? Like I wouldn't be surprised even if like the bear prince guy was like he fought like one of the Zodiacs, like just like a random happenstance, like things start to get crazy.
I even forgot. We haven't, like, the Zodiacs are all like Chekhov's guns. We're told that they're like the strongest hunters. They have like 2- and 3-star hunters, and I want to see what the Zodiacs can do. I want to see why Monkey lies. I want to see all their cool abilities. I want to see the Zodiacs be badass.
I'm hoping to see the same thing. I want to see some crazy ass Zodiac powers and how they interact with like crazy situations. Like what do they do under like pressure situations, like a succession war that's happening in the middle of the ship, and random killings left and right without like any real solid information. It's like sometimes like the characters like intellect and how they handle situations like is very it's a very interesting aspect of this kind of story.
Well, it tells you about, I was always kind of disappointed that Leorio and Kurapica got into the Zodiacs. It felt a little too easy, but, I'm still super stoked to learn more about the Zodiacs. The Zodiacs are kind of like the whatchamacallit, the supernovas of One Piece.
You think the supernovas? I'd say they're like...
well, they're like... here's why I compare them to the One Piece supernovas.
They're like the admirals.
They're in the Hunter x Hunter world. They're more like admirals, but I'd say they're like the supernovas in the sense that like we get introduced to the supernovas. A lot of them we don't really know much about, but they have like such interesting character designs that they're just like empty cups waiting to be filled with interesting details.
Oh yeah.
The Law Cup got filled up. It's overflowing. We got a shit ton of Law shit. We got the Beijing Cup is starting to be filled up. We're getting a lot of good shit about the Beijing Cup. Mm-hmm. And Oda's done a good job of like having the supernovas always still be present, and they're just like these interesting vessels, and he's done a great job. And that's what the Zodiacs are. They're like interesting character designs that we want to learn more about.
Yeah, I actually would argue the Zodiacs aren't well, they seem like I guess I'm kind of annoyed that the Zodiacs like each of them, they look like the animal that they're zodiacking. They're imitating. Like one is a chicken, one is a snake, one is the tiger, one is the monkey character, one is the bull, a ram, or whatever. They all of them besides like Jing and Pariston aren't standard, aren't mimicking their zodiac.
Yeah. Well, here's a good question though. Who's your favorite zodiac character design?
Oh man, that's hard. It's hard to. It's really hard to fault Togashi for anything when it comes to this manga. The way he designs his characters is because it's like in contrast with Jing and Pariston, and like he's like showing off that Jing and Pariston are like the two most important characters in the zodiac. So he doesn't want to confuse people in seeing like the relationship dynamic between Pariston and Jing, and how influential they're gonna be. But my favorite design.
For me, it's the cow. I like the cow guy the best.
I do like the cow guy. I also kind of like. I kind of like the monkey guy, as well. Chicken lady's okay. I don't know. They're also funny.
They're funny. I like the Yorkshire Terrier girl. I like how she's just like the smart. I respect characters that are just like really hardworking and capable.
Yeah.
She couldn't outsmart Pariston, but she tried her damnedest. She was shown as being very capable and smart.
Yeah.
She's the new chairman.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how she handles as chairman. Or like what kind of major, executive decisions she's gonna have to do and handle, and also what her potential Nen powers might be.
Yeah, it better be something good. I really want a good Nen power. I want all the Zodiacs to have awesome Nen powers. We have a high expectation to fill.
I definitely agree. Like sometimes it seems like the Zodiacs don't even have to have super crazy Nen powers because, what did Pariston have that...
We don't know. We don't know.
Did he even have Nen? Does he even have Nen?
He has to have Nen. But there's one point where I think he tried to claim that he doesn't have any fighting abilities, but he's such a deceptive character, he has to have Nen.
He might. He is really his deceptive character. I love Pariston's character.
Pariston is, oh my god, I fucking love Pariston so much. Oh, he's such a good character. He's so fucking good. I love him. I love him.
He's a good character because he's like an excellent villain character. He's like an excellent,
He's our favorite real life villain, Max Temkin. Well, not a villain for you, but villain in my eyes. Max Temkin. He's just like this obnoxious bureaucratic guy who just likes to make things difficult and gets off of
he's a troll.
Being a bureaucratic. Yeah, he's the ultimate troll.
He's a giant troll, and
he just makes things difficult. And he just I love the few moments where we get his sincere moments where it's like, I feel a twisted form of love. Where the more people, I only feel love when people hate me.
Yeah. And that's Pariston in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah, and keep, that's the only way I feel love. That's the only reason why Netero had me as the vice chairman, is because I made things difficult.
So many great things about Hunter. I could just rant on this forever.
I love the scenes with Ging and Pariston where there's the military guys and Ging super slowly takes over Pariston's organization as he wins everyone over to him, and Pariston's just fuck you, you're ruining everything.
I was surprised how Jing was able to get under Pariston's skin so well. Pariston doesn't seem like anybody could get under his skin, and that was a very pleasant surprise.
That was amazing. I could see I could watch read 500 chapters of Ging versus Pariston. Because I think what Pariston the thing why Ging can get under his skin is that like Ging isn't invested in anything, so he's just invested in what's super interesting, and he can win people over to his side. And I think that's what pisses Pariston off so much. While like all the other Zodiacs are invested in the general welfare of the Hunter organization and the chairman and the legacy and all this other shit, Ging does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And because he doesn't give a fuck, that's why he's the only person who can like outsmart Pariston.
It's pretty clever.
You know what? I want Ging and Pariston to like interact with the spiders. I really would love to see like a scene where Chrollo, Lucifer, Hisoka, Ging, and Pariston all hang out.
God, that'd be so bizarre. Under what circumstances you think?
Well, I don't know. Isn't like Ging's expedition also on the boat, or are they going separately? That's one thing that was never really like made clear. If they're like all traveling on the whale ship, or if they're going separately.
Yeah, I don't know, because Beyond is on the whale ship right now.
Yeah,
right?
we know that he basically is conditioned of like kind of like forcing the Zodiacs to go to the Dark Continent.
Oh my god! What if Ging and Pariston were just stranded? Then they didn't have any means to get to the Dark Continent. They were just like they formed this whole group. They set up this whole story arc and the whole plot thread, and Ging and Pariston would never missed their boat. They just basically missed the boat.
And you know what the best part is? Like, we've got all this shit going on, all this interesting shit, and, like, there's only, like, one of the main characters, and we haven't seen him in forever. Gon is nowhere to be found. We haven't given a shit about Leorio in forever. And it's, like, so fucking amazing.
Is Leorio on the boat, too?
Yeah,
he is. He's going to be the medical...
He's going to be... He's a Zodiac. He's a medical guy.
So, yeah, he's going to do... some medical stuff, and he's going to heal people when they get to the Dark Continent and interact with the Seven Calamities, potentially. But yeah, this is going to be crazy.
God, I love Pariston. I love the fact that he just like dicks with people, and he does it in the most annoyingly bureaucratic way, and they all hate him, and he's just like shining, and he's just got this shit-eating grin the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you just get, I want more Pariston. I want more Ging. They're both like such fun fucking characters. They're like the perfect kind of character because like despite how much you see them, how much you think you know them, you never know them entirely.
Exactly. They have so much depth to them in terms of like their motivations and their personalities. Just there's so much going on. But Isaac, how are we going to end this video? This is going to
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to talk about Pariston for another 3 hours. I mean, we should wrap it up. We'll start wrapping it up. Oh my God, Pariston is such a good character. I fucking love Pariston.
Back when during American elections, I was comparing Donald Trump's strategies with what Pariston was doing from Hunter x Hunter.
It does feel very, like, it does feel scarily accurate, but I feel like Pariston's much smarter than Donald Trump is.
He is. He's way smarter.
Like, some people say, Donald Trump is actually much smarter than you know, but I think Donald Trump just, like, says, like, things that people knows that they'll like, and he doesn't have to worry about a political career.
It's scary, too, because the whole Pariston thing came way before Donald Trump.
Yeah. But Pariston feels like everything is so much more deliberate, and it feels so much more smarter and calculated, where Donald Trump has nothing calculated.
Well, yeah.
But it does feel like they're both expert manipulators. Trump does have, like, tactics. He uses a very simple word, like very, very bad, very, very good. It was the worst ever. He does have, like, this really good,
and
very simple...
I think he purposely will rile up people just to stir up controversy and awareness of his, of him. Because the way he saw it is like any press was good press for him. Even if he's considered like the lowest piece of garbage in the world. And that's... Pariston also used that to his advantage as well during the election arc.
that is actually a good comparison about Donald Trump. What Donald Trump is like, if someone's focused on something X, he'll bring the attention onto someone Y, and like, oh, this Rosie O'Donnell's the worst. She's such an ugly woman. Nobody, she shouldn't deserve to list because she, nobody wanted to have sex with that or some bullshit like that. So it's sort of like, and he'll do something like that that'll divert the attention from, whatever the real thing is that he wants to. And Donald Trump is a master of doing that because people have to pay attention to him because he's the master of the free world, and he's great at like just keeping this endless circle. And that's kind of like what Patterson does, where he leads people in this endless circle. It's like, oh, well, we should have a 50% split, and if it doesn't go, then I win the election. And he just keeps on coming up with these new stupid rules, and the Zodiacs all hate him because they can see him like working the machinations. And then there's the ultimate thing where like he was just trolling them all. After he becomes the chairman, he says, "I'm done. Shell could be the chairman. I didn't give a shit about any of this."
Yeah.
And then there was like that whole thing where it's like, oh, he claimed the chimera ants, and he's gonna have chimera ants become hunters, and he's gonna have all these temporary hunters, and he's gonna do all this bullshit to like force the election in his favor. And in the end, it didn't matter. He just wanted people to hate him. God, can you imagine if Donald Trump's sitting in the White House and it's like, oh, I only feel loved when people hate me. That's the only thing that fills the void in my soul and it makes me stronger.
God, it's probably true. He probably does only feel love when people hate him. It's like,
I think so. I can, at this point I can almost see it. Yeah, it does sort of like make sense. He's like, oh god, I love Patterson. Yeah, he's like got to be like one of my top 5 favorite shonen villains of all time.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I dislike comparing Donald Trump to Patterson, like, I like the, I like the intelligence behind the character that Patterson is, like, that he is just, like, he may be a bad guy, but, like, it's just, in the context of a hunter story, like, in reading this, from a viewer's perspective, like, great villains are what make, what make great stories.
Shonen manga, yeah. The shonen manga, the villains always have to be 10 times cooler than the hero. And and the funny thing is, like, Patterson technically hasn't done anything villainous. He hasn't done anything.
At least not yet.
He not yet. But everything is like, whenever he's got his smile, and it's like such insincere smile. It's like filled with bullshit and sparkles, and you just like love to hate him. If you think about
how many villains are in Hunter x Hunter, there's like 3 I can think of right now, or 4. Remember, like, okay, we killed off 1, maybe 5 if we count the Chimera Ant King. Chimera Ant King, Crollo, Hisoka, Gyro, and Patterson.
Gyro doesn't fucking count.
Gyro does count.
Gyro doesn't count.
He's so hyped up. He's hyped up to be one of the main villains. There's like 5.
No, he's not.
There's like 5 like amazing villain characters in Hunter x Hunter.
I don't know if I like him.
And
much.
You don't know which one would be like a main villain necessarily. What would be the main villain?
The series doesn't really have like a main villain. There's no like ultimate bad guy.
Hisoka is kind of like Gon's antithesis a little bit, but then
like,
they
the interesting about Hisoka's also like a wonderful enigma. Yeah, Takashi's like takes like really great simplistic characters and like, man, because like Hisoka is like a very like the most basic bitch shonen a motivation of all. He likes fighting strong people,
but he's a pedophile.
Well, he's this weird pedophile, and he's got this like very flamboyant gay personality, and like you never really know what. Well, you know what he wants, but you never really know what he's gonna do to go about that goal.
Yeah,
because you remember in Greed Island,
he's like a sociopath, kind of crazy motherfucker. He doesn't. He breaks the rules all the time, but also he's like, oh, I'm gonna follow the rules this time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be respectful.
Like when he teams up with Gon to, play dodgeball.
Yeah, I remember that. When Gon and Killer were playing fucking dodgeball in that fucking video game world.
Thing in the fucking thing in the world, and Hisoka's like helping them out. I'm gonna help them out. And you're a fruit, and I'm gonna fight you at some point. And God, I think that's what makes it so fascinating about, Hisoka basically dying. Is the idea that, like, Hisoka felt like he had a moral code, and that was the first time we ever saw, like, something that didn't go to Hisoka's plan.
Yes.
Because, like, every Hisoka fight, he's just, like, toying with someone like a cat. Like, he has that fight in the... he either murders them or he toys with them like a cat. We have that fight where he fights, like, the martial artist guy in the in the tournament on the tower. Mm-hmm. And, like, he said, like, I've got this double, I'm gonna take your arm, and I'm gonna, like, fuck you up, Hisoka, because I'm so much better than I was before. Mm-hmm. I'm so cool. But then what happens is, Hisoka loses both arms, but it's all just part of the magic trick, and then Hisoka kills him.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where, what's the other scene where Hisoka's, like, toys with someone?
About the coin guy?
Yeah, the coin guy. He kind of like
he's like hiding around in the trees, not fighting directly. He like shoots the coins back at the guy, and then at the end of the fight, he just like simply like cuts his neck off, or cuts his head off.
Yeah, and he also like fucking plays with Gon. All of his fights, he's like always has the upper hand, and he's always playing with his the person to see if they could satisfy him. And then Chrollo is the first time he's played.
Yes.
Where Hisoka's not doing all this fun, smart, tricky shit. He's just, like, trying to use pure fighting ability to, like, just get through this mindless drones that Chrollo is just sending at him at mass, while Chrollo is, like, stabbing at him from the shadows.
Chrollo really had to try hard at this fight, though. He wasn't... I don't see it as necessarily him playing with Hisoka. He actually, like, had a significantly well-thought-out plan that wasn't honorable at all. Like he threw honor completely out the fucking window.
It never felt like he was a challenge though. It never felt like Hisoka had the upper hand. It always felt like Chrollo was like 2 steps ahead of Hisoka.
Yes.
And usually Hisoka's like 2 steps.
There was a point where Chrollo was like, "Oh shit, I think when Hisoka found Chrollo at one point and like actually landed a hit on him with the head, the bowling ball head. I think that was like it felt like it could have turned on a dime, that fight.
To me it felt like it was like a Hearthstone game where like you're losing tempo, you're not getting good draws, and you just can't get it back. And your opponent's like, you put down your battle cry minion, but then he sheeps it. You get like some board presence, and then he flame strikes it. He just has every answer to you, and you're just like running out of cards. You're fighting a good fight, but it's a losing battle, and then you go into fatigue. That's what that fight was.
Yes, and
Chrollo had like
while throwing women and children at your opponent, that explode. Suicidal
women and children. Fuck, that was a good fight. I want to see Chrollo and Hisoka like meet up with the there's that scene where like Hisoka's like rating the Zodiacs on like how much he would like to fight them. It's like 76. Ooh, 80. And then like the tiger Zodiac's like, I know you're a murdering piece of shit, Hisoka.
Wait. What was this scene? Where Hisoka was raiding people?
There's a scene in like the election arc where Hisoka is basically like casting a ballot for the hunter thing, and he like casts no person, and then the Zodiacs all hate it, and he's like rating the Zodiacs in terms of like how much he'd like to fight them.
Oh, okay. Well, which ones did he want to fight with the most?
I think the ox guy, the dumb-looking ox guy, he got a high rating.
Oh, okay.
The girl ones, who was like the rabbit, she got a low rating. The tiger guy, he got like an 80. And he got like a 95.
I thought they were... That's also another interesting villain character, Illumi. Jeez. I don't see him as a main villain, but he's kind of like a side main villain.
He's definitely an antagonist.
He's like a main antagonist to a side character.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna send you the scene so you can watch it after. This is like the scene where Illumi's an interesting presence. God, everything is just so fucking interesting. Like when the shit's really interesting, it's like the most fucking interesting. Yeah, this is like the scene where he's like casting about. He's like 90 points to the sheep guy. He gives
I'm gonna watch it right now.
77 points for the rabbit girl. And like he's evaluating all the lesser hunters. He's like 40 points. And they're also like, you know, the Zodiacs are like, they hate him because they can tell that he's just like sizing people up. 10 points, 20 points, 45 points. Oh God, I love you, fucking weird pedophile, gay clown, murderer guy, Hisoka.
And Hisoka 85 like, points for the tiger guy.
Yeah. 95 points for Lumi. Makes you wonder what he would you know, give for Ging.
Out of is this like a rating out of 100 though?
Yeah, that's a scale as far as we know. It's a good scene. It's a fucking good scene. It's another example of like, oh, I want to see his murderous Hisoka. I want to see Pariston Hill. I want to see his ability. I want to see what Ging's capable of. So I mean, that's why I gave it an 8 instead of a 10, just because like, you know, there's so much shit I want to see that I'm dying to see. And you know, seeing Kurapica like get the lay of the land and new ability is interesting. It's great to like see things moving on, but like, oh, I just want more. I want to see more of Hunter x Hunter. I want to see more of you know, what the murderous fucking princes are up to.
Well, you know, since this did just come off of hiatus, there's probably going to be more than just this one chapter.
Oh yeah, well, hopefully we'll get at least. Let me see. Let me see how much we got on our
10, 20.
5 of them. I think 9 is a good. That's what he usually does. Hunter X Hunter hiatus chart.
we gotta see the graph in order to figure out how much we're gonna get from each one.
Well, let's see. 2017. So okay, the last time was in 2016. I'll give you the Hunter X Hunter hiatus graph so you can follow along. The infamous Hunter x Hunter Hiatus X Hiatus. Okay, so the last time
you should share all these links in the description of the video. By the way,
yeah, I'm gonna link the Hiatus X Hiatus chart. So we got
also the Hisoka versus Zodiacs one is pretty interesting too.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 chapters in the last run.
That's not. I sound like such a peasant for saying that's not too bad.
And then the last one was in 2014. I think this arc was starting, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there were 2 hiatuses in between, like those. So we got like 9 chapters. So I think 11 and 9 is like a good number to predict.
It's, you know, it's because the content is so good. It's like it's like eating fucking ice cream, or you doesn't matter like how often you do it, it's still gonna be good like when you eat it.
Yeah. Oh god, I wish he'd get, like, you know, someone else do the art and he just deals with the story. I could deal with that. Like, supposedly that's one of the reasons why it takes such a toll on him. He refuses to use assistants, which is very rare in the Shonen Jump landscape.
I wonder, like, since you mentioned that he was married to the Sailor Moon creator, I was thinking maybe she could draw for him and he'd tell the stories.
I wouldn't mind that. You know, we got that Hisoka spin-off manga where we got, like, and it was drawn by, like, the Tokyo Ghoul person. I don't know if it was written by him. It might have been, but, like, you know, I actually thought that was, like, felt pretty one of the better spin-offs. It felt like, you know, like something I would see in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, maybe. He feels like he really, like, telling the story through the art is very important, and you have to have someone who's, like, really in sync, I feel, with a story like this. Is like, it's going to be really hard and challenging for any artist that doesn't know completely and understand Togashi completely, what's going on in the story and everything. Man.
I don't know. I like that spinoff. It was kind of like a really limited, scratchy style, but I just thought it did a good job. It was like it didn't feel like it insulted everything. I like the whole Hisoka's like the super talented acrobat who just like learns everything, and he picks up Nen, and like the magician's a failed hunter, and he's also like a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty neat. Pretty neat little side story. I wouldn't say it was like the best spin-off thing in the world. It's just kind of neat. You get a little information about Hisoka as a character, and that's pretty cool. Isaac, I don't know, Isaac. We should probably think about like how we're gonna end this video. Like
yeah. Like Jesus Christ, man! Oh man,
I feel like this is
Hunter x Hunter.
This is gonna like go on to like hours and hours if we talk about it like this. No one's gonna want to watch a Hunter x Hunter rant that goes on hours and hours. But Hunter x Hunter is like a rant that goes on for hours and hours. That's what Hunter x Hunter is.
But that's why this video is like in the spirit of Hunter x Hunter. It's all about the journey. It doesn't matter about the destination. It doesn't matter about the end of the video.
Look, I could just like block my webcam and just we could continue the video like this. And that's in the spirit of Hunter x Hunter.
It's just like that silent scene where they do, whatchamacallit, the girl with the Fictionary, the show guy game, or whatever it was called, Go Guy, talks to Miriam as he dies, and they're just together, and they're all bleeding out, and it's so beautiful.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful. So many beautiful moments in Hunter x Hunter. All right, but I am going to try and wrap this up. We spent like an hour and a half combined with our first failed video, but I think we spent enough time on this. I'm hungry. I need to go to the gym.
Oh, what kind of affiliate link you want to link with this?
Oh yeah.
How about like syringes for the Killua's syringe power?
No. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find something Kurapica theme. I'm going to find a Kurapica figurine, Kurapica doll, and I'm going to put that
is
up
Kurapica
there.
Themed. Syringes. Because
I'm not doing a syringe. I'm gonna find Kurapica. I'm gonna find maybe a Kurapica body pillow or love pillow or a Kurapica like figurine. I'm going to Amazon.com right now. It's gonna be good. Generally, in the future, I want to like have this prepared before time. So let's see, Kurapica Hunter x Hunter. Let's see what we got here. Oh. There's a chain. There's a Kurapica chain cosplay chain.
There's a Kurapica dowsing cosplay chain thing.
Yep. No, they got all 5 chains. They got all 5 symbols.
Oh
I don't know if they have the most recent one, but yeah, they got all the fucking chains.
Jesus Christ.
There's also a sexy Kurapica, and then there's like a boner Hisoka doll, a boner Hisoka figure.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's like lights up or how it works. Oh, no. Does it light up? I can't tell. Yeah, it comes with 3 batteries, so his fucking crotch lights up.
No way.
I'm going to say that. Yeah, I'm fucking serious. There's a thing of Hisoka with a light-up crotch that you can buy for $72. Fuck it. That's what the affiliate link is. Light-up crotch, Hisoka.
All right. I think on that note, we
got it. 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Greg. Go buy Light Up Crotch Hisoka down in Kamada. I'm going to throw both of them in. I'm going to have the Kurapica Chains and Light Up Crotch Hisoka down in the description. That's where the affiliate link is. Go buy that shit. Send me pictures of you buying the affiliate link so I can feel good about myself. Or if you actually want to buy something you do want, get something else, and I will also benefit from it. But you know what? There's no better thing than like a child molester pedophile and his light up crotch. Ostracize your friends, ostracize your roommates and friends and family. Try and explain to your grandma why you have an effeminate man with a light up crotch.
Why do you have this light up crotch lamp? Oh my god.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Oh, I wish we could get Scott into Hunter x Hunter, but it's like so difficult. He tried watching the 2011 anime and he was like turned off because like, honestly, I hate the early stuff.
Yeah. Well, someone's going to see this video one day and they're going to be like, wow, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Yeah, completely out of context with like nothing like Hunter x Hunter related. Anybody who hasn't watched Hunter x Hunter is gonna be like immediately like, oh my god, these guys are fucking nuts. But
yeah.
This is a perfectly logical reaction to what we've been watching and reading this whole time.
We live Hunter x Hunter. We suffer for Berserk. We go on tangents and journeys as we hunt for whatever we're hunting for our lives, and that's great. So, buy the affiliate link. Again, it's down there. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. As I've said before, and I'll say again, my premium essay video, the Ghostbusters 2016, what went wrong, the real reason why it went wrong, is coming up soon. I'm going to be probably working on that after I get back in the gym and all this week. And hopefully I'll have it by before next weekend.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.
You gotta love, so you gotta back it.